G'day guys, this is a 2004 Audi A4 2 litre non-turbo. The video is about a thermostat, but just in a prior job today when I made a video on a Jeep, I said I'll never complain about a Volkswagen again, and of course, boom. Regarding dry plastic and stuff. So, as we know with any Audi and Volkswagen, but even more these Audis, the heat in the engine bay, the poor quality of the plastics, you will be forever ordering parts. As you can see here, I've got this sort of gift with plumbing. Like I keep that's off a 1994 Mazda 323. Look at the quality of it. It's still like new, but I keep all these bits and pieces, and when the day comes, it's like bang. Now I wanted to order the bits for the PCV. The customer was like a bit sort of, and the coolant shouldn't be green, but I've reused the coolant. I feel they're on a budget. This is one of those fantastic sort of auction cars. You know, I just noticed the wheels. See, it's funny, when everything you touch breaks under the engine, you don't even look at the car or appreciate the car, but I guess it looks nice. Like, it's got a good paint job on it. And they're cheap. And the reason they're cheap is not that parts are expensive. Aftermarket German parts, which are what BMW or what Audi use, we use aftermarket, which is genuine. Out like they're much cheaper than Japanese. Like, even though the Japs actually don't have any of these parts on their cars that go like these ridiculous sorts of contraptions, but for example, on a new Golf, a rear tail light's $108 plus tax, 10% tax. Okay, on a Mazda 3 with LEDs, I think they're towards 600 and something plus tax. So the parts have come down, bottles, synthetic oils, hoses, thermostats. The PCV and engine breathing ventilation is usually Volkswagen only. Bear in mind, before we begin, these one-way check valves, which fall apart, they're about $70 each. On the V6 you'll see them, and on the turbos as well, a lot more, but they're here. These cars were never right, as in the way that the engine just hangs over the axis of the front wheel. It's just awful. But here you've got basically the thermostat under the manifold. Now you've got to just remove this hose, these connectors, okay, the fan belt off the manifold, 2 bolts, and that clamp which I've replaced, you can see there. Loosen that and then bring this over, unless the thermostat's sheared off totally like we had. So the thermostat had a catastrophic failure, which covers the window in mist and steam and very foggy type coolant sort of evaporation. It was all over. You couldn't even see around the car, and that would happen on the BMWs, the E46s especially, on the freeway. So, as I said in the 1991 Subaru video I made the other day, prior to this there's a Jeep with crumbling wiring, and here you've got Volkswagen with their plastics, which are designed and engineered to fail, right? Designed and engineered. So they go and put little green leaves on their logbooks and say printed in bleach-free paper, yet the environmental impact of these cars with their crumbling hoses. Okay. The Volvos as well have that breather hose which breaks, and unless you're in the sun or you've got a keen nose, the oil vapor's escaping. This is what we see every day. Okay. Many years ago, we'd think, the Australians don't use synthetic oil. Maybe it's the mineral in the oils, and no, This is their biggest fraud. Everything you touch breaks on all the Audis and that. Volkswagen less so, but still, you got here just this design. It's just too much, and let alone the timing belt and the front of the car for the radiator. Failures of modules, exploding tanks, drive shafts, you name it. This wasn't, I'm not going to go bashing on Volkswagen again. Oh, wow. You can actually read the buttons. Probably never use them. As a note, before I begin on the thermostat, make sure you fill this car very, very slowly. Okay? And purge the heater through the heater core always on any car. What light will come up next? Oh, well, the steering angle needs recalibration because the battery was off, but always put your heater on, okay? I can hear 15 ducts now doing a self-test. Let's put the fan up. Check this out. Look, to put a fan up. Torture. Okay, it's got an off button at least. Always put your heater on, okay? These cars are particularly prone to hydraulic locks. Do not fill straight coolant into the bottle in any car, but especially these. Okay, now the thermostat's under here. Here goes the glitching. What have I done for 6 minutes? Jesus. Okay, I'm not going to move. I'll bring it over here. Okay, this thermostat on the bottom is the quick release German type hose, which are great if they ever come off. Now, you need to remove the top hose to get access, but if you're going to snap the end of your radiator off, do it without it. Okay, get someone to hold it back here or just tape it back up here, because you'll snap the end of the radiator off if the car's overheated, and if the plastic's in that condition, do not take that hose off. But you need to take that clamp out, okay, unless the thermostat's snapped off, and lift this over. There's a bolt down here to hold this distribution pipe and a bolt here. There, okay, you lift it over. Remove the belt and the alternator with the 4 bolts and carefully, do the connections. Now, just a little tip. I mean, I have shown mechanics that have worked here this, yet some people still don't get it. Okay, I don't have my flat screwdriver, but all these Volkswagen connections, they're not bad. Use a flat screwdriver, not this one, and put it there. Okay, like that. And that's it. And that's how you take it off, but you can't push it. So it needs this lever action, right? Like that. And then it'll come off. Take those wires out, take the wires off the back of the alternator, take it out. This is held on by 2 bolts. Sorry about the video. Here and here. Okay. This third pipe, take that 10 out, and then what you do, you take, I just loosen, but you can remove the 2 bolts holding this manifold bracket on under here. Okay.